health, wealth, and abundance? Well, today I'm going to show you where it is and how to get that. I'm Michael, your personal motivator, and you're watching Line Impact. All right, guys, so let's talk about watering your seed or your gift and what happens when you water that seed and how to even find your gift, your seed. How do what is it? Where do I find it? How do I get to it? We're going to go over that right now. So first thing I'm going to address here is I got this little chart that I've put together here, and in the middle you have your seed / gift. When you water your seed, guys, the first thing that happens is it starts to show you a sense of direction. You'll start to have a sense of direction. You may not know exactly where you're going all the time, but you'll have a really good idea as to where you're going and how you plan to do it. So now once you water your seed and you have that direction, it's hard for you to be misdirected. There's a lot of people who are going to come into your life and try to get you to do other things. You're going to know that's not for you based upon the direction that you intend on going. So it's really important, guys, once you water your seed, first thing that happens is that you find direction. The next thing that happens when you water your seed, guys, is that it shows up in your health, both physical and mental. When you're watering your seed and you know what you're doing because you have direction, it's going to show up in your health, both physical and mental, right? So whenever you're watering your seed, you feel good because when you wake up every day, you feel good about what you're doing. And mentally, you're going to feel good about yourself. So once you're watering that seed, guys, it does show up on your health. At the same time, guys, whenever you do not water your seed, it attacks your health in a very negative manner, right? So whenever you're waking up every single day, you're not happy about what you're doing, you don't have direction, that's going to show up in your mental, and you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be depressed, you're going to be confused. And once that happens, that's going to attack you here, right? So you want to make sure, guys, once you're watering your seed, you have that direction. You want to make sure you understand that it's going to feed your overall health, guys, both physical and mental. When you're feeling good about yourself, you'll want to go out there and exercise, right? Because you have a goal, you have a dream, you have a gift. That's going to attack your mind state and as to how you feel about yourself. So it's really important, guys, to water that seed. Once you water that seed, that takes care of your health. If you don't have your health, guys, you just don't have anything, right? Both mental and physical. So it's really important to water your seed, guys. When you're watering your seed, guys, abundance definitely comes your way by bringing you more opportunity and bringing you more ideas, right? So you heard the story about Oprah Winfrey. I think she started off, if I'm correct here, she started off in the news broadcasting, right? She went from news broadcasting to having her own show, have her own network. I mean, the woman practically runs the whole world at this point, right? But that all started by watering your seed. So when you water your seed, you're going to be as you're working, right? As you're following your direction and you're working, you're going to find more ideas. More opportunities are going to come your way. It might not happen immediately, but it will happen over time. And once you get that abundance, guys, you're pretty much unstoppable. But you have to first start from somewhere. It's not always going to be easy, but once you water your seed, this is a part of that growth. All right, guys, let's talk here, money and wealth. As you're watering your seed, guys, money will come your way simply because you're able to provide a service for somebody, right? So if you serve your gift, you'll profit, right? So then the other way you become wealthy is having a rich life, a rich lifestyle. I like to say it's a chocolate cake lifestyle, right? To where you ever bit into some chocolate cake and it's rich in texture? Well, your lifestyle can be rich, guys. Once you're watering your seed, these things are your portion. Now, I'm not saying think about the money immediately. That's a bad idea. Don't just think about the money immediately. Think about your gift. But as you think about your gift, that money's going to hunt you down anyways, right? So you're going to have a financial strength, and you're also going to have a strength where your life is just rich, where you love waking up in the morning because you love the direction you're going. It's bringing you good health. That abundance is coming your way. And now you have the money. Now you have that wealth that you want. Moving on to satisfaction. There's nothing better, guys, than waking up in the morning and knowing what you're doing. That brought me so much pleasure. Now, I played soccer in Germany for 10 years. There was nothing better for me. There was nothing that pleased me more personally than to wake up in the morning, go down to the hotel, have my breakfast, and I know I got training in the morning. So I was satisfied. I was satisfied because I was watering what I thought was my seed and my gift, right? So it gave me absolute pleasure doing that, guys. Once you're watering your seed, guys, it also helps you understand that the road that you're on, okay? So it helps you stay focused on that particular road that you decide to take, okay? And once you've found your road, guys, everything just feels better. It just feels right, guys. A lot of us don't even know where our road is. I know life is very distracting. Life is very confusing. But if you're running your race, you win your race because it's your name at the end of that tape, right? So no one else's name is at the end of that finish line but yours. So whenever you're on your road, you're running your race, you're going to be satisfied. That doesn't mean things are going to be perfect. There's never going to be perfect, but it's such a great feeling to know that you're on the right road and not someone else's road. So moving on to helping guys. Tyler Perry came to Dallas a few years ago and ran one of his shows. Now, it was the first time I'd ever been to one. But one thing I noticed is upon getting to the stadium, there were people everywhere. There were people that had to get the parking together, right? That kind of showed you where to park. There were cops everywhere for security, of course. People had to turn the lights on, right? People were running the music. People were selling food. There was all kind of things going on. And it was simply because Tyler Perry was able to water his seed, find his gift, and now he helps dozens of people. So when you're watering your seed, you have no idea who you're helping, right? So Tyler Perry provided a bunch of jobs for people that he doesn't even know simply from watering his gift, right? So I love using this example. I love to use it, especially for you iPhone users out there. So let's decide that let's take it for example here that Steve Jobs in 1980 decides, you know what, man, this is too complicated for me. I need money. Let me just go grab a job wherever else, right? The second Steve Jobs makes that decision in the late 80s, if you will, your iPhone disappears. So because Steve Jobs followed his gift, and I think he was fired by Microsoft or whatever, but because he followed his gift and kept on going, he provided jobs and he provided your phone for you if you're an iPhone user. He provided a lot of different things. So when you water your gift, you don't know who you're helping, okay? Very much like the Tyler Perry example I just gave you. I came out and I couldn't believe how many people and how many jobs he was creating for people. So you never know who you're gonna inspire by watering your seed, guys. All you have to do is be the best you. If you're the best you, someone's gonna get inspired by that. Some people might not, but somebody will be inspired just by what you do, just by you being yourself. The only thing you have to do in life to be successful is to be the best version of yourself. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be the best version of someone else or someone else's expectations, right? That's irrelevant. You just have to be the best version of you, and you win the game. I mean, it's that simple, but it's so simple, it's easy not to do. It's easy to get other people to put their idea of what you should be on you, and now you're trying to follow some character that you're not. But if you just become the person who you are, and you're just doing your thing and being the best at it, you win. You win. It's just that simple. So guys, make sure you're watering your gift, because you don't know who's coming behind you, who could use your help, or who's going to get some inspiration so they can do what they need to do based upon the road you've paved for them. All right, guys, let's talk purpose. As you're watering your seed and you're developing yourself, you will slowly start to find your purpose. You'll slowly start to understand the why to your life, right? And it does take time, but you'll start to understand the bigger picture as you're watering that seed. As time goes on, you'll see your purpose. You'll see your why. And once you have that brings you back to satisfaction, guys. So everything on here all starts from one thing, and that's watering your seed, watering your gift. Now, there's two main important things that I believe everyone should be doing in life. Just two. The first thing is figuring out what it is that you do, what it is that you're good at, what it is that you like to do, right? And once you find that thing, work hard, go all out, don't do nothing else but that thing. Because that same thing is what's going to help you get everything that you need in your life. So I look at birds, right? The gift that birds were given was the gift of flight. They use that same gift to provide for themselves, to find food for themselves, to build their nest. I mean, birds use their gift to do everything. So I like using this example. I say, if you saw a dog chasing a bird, right? And it was a mean looking pit bull, and that pit bull is getting closer and closer to that bird, and the bird just keeps running on its two legs and it refuses to fly. What's the first thing you're probably going to think? Stupid bird, how come you wouldn't just fly away, right? So then the bird looks at you and says, well, you have a gift and you want me to use mine, but you're not using yours, right? So it's very important, guys, to fly away from that dog. Use your gift. Use your advantage. It's there. You just have to find it. So that's the next thing we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about finding that gift, because I know that's a really challenging thing to do. It's so easy for me to sit here and say all these things. If you don't know your gift, well, you're stuck, right? So we're going to give some examples and some tools that are going to help you navigate and find what it is that you should be doing, or what you think you should be doing. So now there's a really big difference, guys, between your gift and your passion, right? So you can be passionate about a lot of different things, but that doesn't mean it's your gift, right? The two are separate. You can be passionate about cooking and not be able to cook. Unfortunately, you can be passionate about singing and not be able to sing. So you have to find what you're actually gifted at. That thing that you find easy, that thing that just comes natural to you. That's your gift, and that's what you have to execute on. Your passions are fine, and I'm not saying get rid of them, but understand that gift, just like the bird, is going to help you survive. All right, so let's talk about now how to actually identify your gift, your seed. Let's talk about how do you grow it? How do you find it? Well, the first thing, guys, is you got to understand that the seed is your life. The world is what you live in, right? The seed is your life, and the world is what you live in. So who you are is actually that seed, but you just live in a world. So the world is not you. So don't run out doing a bunch of things that you see out there. You got to look into yourself. You can't look into the world and find your answer. You have to look into yourself and find your answer. So that's the first thing you got to understand, guys, is that the seed is your life and the world is what you live in. Next, investigating what the seed is. Often what you love to do, or what you would like to do if you were independently wealthy, is what you should be doing. So Warren Buffett talked about one day, what would you do if you were independently wealthy? So whatever that is, assuming you hit the lottery and you had $500 million, what would you do besides have a big party? What would you do once you actually started settling down and you got used to the money? What would you do with the rest of your life? Whatever that is, that might give you some clues as to what you should be doing, right? So find what it is that you would do if you were a millionaire and start to take steps to get there. Now, I know you might not have the finances to do it, but that's just going to give you a clue as to what you should be doing. The next thing you want to do, guys, is once you find it, you want to take baby steps. One can't dump a year's worth of water onto a seed in one day. You have to break down Mount Everest into sections, and it becomes less intimidating. So, guys, whatever you do, just take baby steps. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither will you be. So the next thing is realizing that sometimes the seed is going to get too much sun. Sometimes it's going to get too much rain. You have to find ways to keep it dry during the tsunami and keep it watered during a drought. On top of that, the bugs, the worms, and the birds will and must try to eat your seed. In short, you have to work hard to protect something. As you work hard to protect that something, it becomes more valuable to you guys. And that's a part of the test. The next thing you want to do, guys, is don't be discouraged by your lack of ability to do something in the beginning stages. Before you can be good, you have to be bad. And before you're bad, you have to get started. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes up here, and I'm just trying to get it together, guys. Don't be ashamed. Don't worry about somebody else's opinion, or I'm gonna look stupid, or just do it. You gotta do like Nike. You literally gotta just do it. Close your eyes to whoever has an opinion about you, because at least you're trying to do something, right? So before you look at someone who's judging you, ask yourself, what are they doing, right? So it's kind of like you watch a football game or you're watching a basketball game. You're sitting there at home in the comfort of your AC, and you're looking at, whatever basketball player. You're looking at LeBron like, man, he should have did that, man. I would have took that shot. That was easy, man. He's playing. He ain't rebounding. He's lazy. He's this. You're looking at a QB that you like from your favorite football team, and you're like, man, I can't believe he missed that route and this and that. And you're saying these things not being a professional athlete. So it's really easy to talk about somebody and what they're doing when you're not in their position and you don't know what's going on in their head. You don't know what they got going. You don't know how hard it actually is. So don't be worried about people who are judging you who aren't even trying, because the guys and girls out there who are actually trying aren't going to say anything about what you're attempting to do, right? So be prepared to suck. Just suck at it. Suck at it every single day until you're perfect, okay? And the last thing you want to do, guys, you want to review your goal every day on something, a sheet of paper. You got to put it somewhere that you can see it every single day. The longer you work at a job, guys, the more confident you become at that job. Your goals are no different. So you want to make sure you take a sheet of paper. I mean, till this day, I take paper and I'll write down my goals. I'll write down what I'm going to do for the whole week. I literally plan out my days, my weeks, my months. I have a monthly goal sheet. And if I do really good that month, I'll gift myself something, right? So you want to write out your plan. Don't just wake up every single day like an accident. Write a map to your life. Right? The day before, write a map. When you first get to work, take 5 minutes to say, these are the things that I want to do. And check them off. It feels good whenever you have a checklist, guys. Honestly, I have a checklist. I write every single day what I'm going to do. The second I get up in the morning, I'll take a minute to myself and I'll write down the checklist as to all the things that I want to accomplish. And then at the end of my day, I look to see, okay, what have I accomplished? The things that I didn't accomplish, I move them over to the next week. So make sure you have something that you're physically looking at. Don't rely on your memory to remember all the things that you need to do, because you'll mess up. You'll forget. How many times have you been to the grocery store and you had a mind to buy this, buy that. You left the list at home. You get a lot of things on the list. You missed the most important thing and thought, oh my goodness, how did I miss that? Now you're having to run back to the store. Well, if you would have taken your list with you, you would have executed that list. So what I'm saying is make a list and execute your life. All right, guys, that's it for us here at Line Impact. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you next time.